Happy Halloween. Welcome back to Rockfeed. The Osbournes have just released a new episode of their popular new podcast, and they're talking about Ozzfest. Ozzfest, for those of you who were able to attend, was really a magical experience when it was in its full form and touring every year, and I really miss it, and I really wish it would come back. And I never really understood why it went away, and there's a lot of rumors, and you don't know if the business is doing well or whatever. And now you get to hear it directly from the Osbournes themselves. And I thought this was a really fascinating look at why things may come and why things may go. And it's not necessarily, in fact, it has very little to do with the fact that the fans were interested in going to this. But the way she characterized it is a lot of people were trying to get as much money out of them as they can. And it really wasn't about giving that experience for the fans. And we had a really good thing, and now it's not here anymore. This is what Sharon had to say about why Ozzfest is no longer around. She said on the podcast, yeah, it was a very weird beast because all the bands were our mates, but the managers were greedy, and for some reason they thought it was making billions on it, and we weren't. We made profit, but it was not like we couldn't retire on it, and managers and agents wanted more, and it just wasn't cost effective anymore. We stopped because it just wasn't cost effective. Years and years ago, one of the bands, it was the second Ozzfest we did, or the third, wouldn't go on stage until I agreed to give them $10,000 more. And they were holding everything up. And I said, of course, I'll give it to you. Jack wanted to know who she was referring to. I love how they keep it real on here. Sharon says it was Glenn Danzig. Jack said, why are you going to protect that twat? Sharon went on to say she didn't give them the money that they were demanding after saying she would when they got off stage. They went and played, and I went, F you, you signed a contract, your agent agreed to it, and you're just gouging. The last real Ozzfest was in 2007 when it toured nationally. Since that time, we haven't gotten an Ozzfest, and I don't know if we're ever going to get one because now there's so many festivals that are taking place pretty much in every region that kind of has taken the place. And look, these festivals are awesome. All these different festivals that have sprung up are really cool. They do a wonderful job. In some ways I prefer them. It just depends on, what you want. But there are great alternatives out there. It's not quite Ozzfest, but when you go to these festivals, the lineups are even bigger. There's a pros and cons to everything. But Ozzfest in its time was, for those of us who went, it was really special. And now they're like doing, we have Ozzfest is back in the metaverse. I'm not interested in that. I'm not going to go to a video game Ozzfest, but I'd love if the real world Ozzfest comes back. Man, I would gladly go if it's anywhere around me. But yeah, the Osbournes podcast is really cool, and they're telling so many interesting stories up there. Ozzy's up there every week, and I'm so glad. I highly recommend checking that out. I've really been having fun tuning into that, y'all. So check them out, and Ozzfest is so special. That's your latest update from Rockfeed. Be sure to listen to Mudvayne and hit that subscribe button for your latest updates.